And it's a special day. You know what? Because I got my Williams sister, Miss Brave Williams. How are you?
That is but you're doing 30 interviews in 30 days.
And this is day 27. Yes.
Day 27. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
No, thank you for coming. I've definitely been following your career throughout the years, checking out all the wonderful things you do. So let's start with the beginning. Did you always know you wanted to be a singer and or actress?
No, I always knew that I wanted to be in entertainment. I thought I was going to be a rapper. Or or a spoken word artist, because that's what I did. That's how I started. When I heard Tupac, and I was so mesmerized by his ability to tell stories melodically, that's what really started my love of music. I just started writing raps and poetry.
But not even that. You're saying Tupac, Baltimore, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Both of you from Baltimore. Look at that Baltimore roots right there.
You already know. Yes, ma'am.
So growing up in Baltimore is right down the street from. I always loved Baltimore. So what was it like growing up? Did you grow up around? Well, he might be older than you, but did you grow up in the area where he was?
Well, I grew up in West Baltimore, which like off of Harlem Avenue. I don't know if anyway, it doesn't matter. But I grew up in West Baltimore, and I know that he actually, I believe that I have to actually check that. I used to know if he was in the same area or not, or if he was in East Baltimore. But that fun fact, that tidbit escapes my memory at the moment.
That's all right. We'll find out. So West Baltimore, East Baltimore. So when you say West Baltimore, is that, I know a little bit about Baltimore. Is that on the other side of Mondawmin Mall?
That's right down the street from Mondawmin. I grew up like 2 blocks from Mondawmin Mall.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Mondawmin Mall. I didn't know that was considered West. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's West Baltimore.
West Baltimore, Mondawmin Mall. Yes, I had this opportunity. Matter of fact, this time last year, I was at Mondawmin Mall. Like it came up as a memory. I was in Mondawmin Mall.
And look at this. And
now here with
Baltimore head, right?
So you say you didn't know that you wanted to do spoken word or rap. Then how did you get into actually singing?
I turned one of my raps into a song, and I performed it at an open mic. And it was someone that was in the crowd who was, it's so funny because I actually kind of faked it till I made it. I had just discovered that I could sing, and he was so like excited about my voice. And I was like, yeah, because this is what I do. But I had really just kind of stumbled into it. And then he introduced me to a producer out of DC. And then that's actually how I signed my first deal with Columbia.
Just like that.
Well, I mean, I'm giving you the short version, but
no, but I'm saying like, just like that, you actually got signed. You know how people, they want to get signed. So you actually had the time. How come you didn't know you could sing? You didn't sing around the house and things like that?
I mean, here and there, but I was always rapping. It's just something, it was almost like right there in front of me, but it wasn't a route that I immediately took. My mom, she raised us Catholic, so we went to church. It was more operatic, music that we would hear. So it's not like, I mean, my dad, he would definitely play music around the house. But I don't know. It's just, it happened how it happened. And then once I discovered I could sing, that's when I started to really develop it. That's why that first deal honestly didn't work out, because I was so underdeveloped. And I knew you can't fake it in the studio. I could sing you a song live and it would sound like, it would sound good. But once it was time to be in the studio, because I'd never been in a studio before, it was like the cat's out the bag. Okay, this girl is underdeveloped. So that's when I really took the time to learn and study. And I developed a group. I purposely put a group together called Richgirl.
Richgirl.
So I could be around other singers and constantly learn.
So, but what talk you in the studio, you're trying to do it. Did they tell you you're underdeveloped? Did they just say, well, we want to drop you from the label?
No, they didn't drop me. I just knew that I needed I mean, I knew, when I'm being honest with myself, because I had just learned a few weeks before that I actually had a voice. So I did and said all the right things to get the deal. But when we were in the studio, I had never recorded in the studio before. So I wasn't even familiar with being sharp, being flat, the scales. Like, it was all brand new to me. And like I said, that's not something you can fake when it's time to actually record. So it wasn't like, I'm actually very blessed that they were very patient, because it was the transition from that situation to the girl group that gave me the time to put together singers so that I could still continue my journey in music and still develop as an artist.
So how did you put together the group? How did you go about finding the singers? Because I know 7th Streeter was one of them.
Yeah, honestly, I come from 16 brothers and sisters. I have a large family. I'm super close with my 2 sisters, my oldest and the youngest. And I knew what I wanted it to feel like. I wanted it to feel like a sisterhood. So I kind of just went around the country and auditioned girls that gave me that feeling that we were cut from the same fabric. I'm very spiritual. I believe women, we can be collaborative and work together. I wanted them to look aesthetically a certain way, but still be super talented. I wanted everybody to be able to sing. And I wanted them to be fun. So when I found 7, when I met Lindriette and Audra, it was kind of like, okay, this is it.
Wow, that's a pretty good big undertaking to put together a group and put them all together and keep it going. So your group went on to be signed to Jive Records, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then you had Billboard Classics and things like that, and you went on tour. Talk about the tour, being able to go on tour with Beyonce.
We did. Again, it was just a great experience. I mean, I was able, around that time is when I developed my own label, just from the knowledge that I gained from the tour. There's that tour life, the type of work that goes into, just traveling 36 cities, 38 cities, in a matter of weeks, being on a bus. I mean, it was a great experience. It definitely helped catapult my understanding of what it really takes to be an artist. It's not easy.
Would you consider yourself, from what I'm hearing, would you consider yourself one of those people that just a go-getter and you're not going to stop it less, like, you're like, I'm going to do a label, I'm going to put a group together. You're like one of those people that like, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to sit back and do something.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm always kind of going to take charge when I'm passionate about something. So I'm very selective. I think it's just by default. I'm not like that with everything, but the things that I'm passionate about and the things that I see for my life, I definitely go out and create that because I know it's available to me if I just work for it.
Y'all hear that? I want everybody to hear that. She said, I know it's available to me. So that means there's no limits if it's all available to you.
It's available to all of us. And I tell people that all the time. If you're sitting on an idea, whether it's you want to write a cookbook, whether you have a curriculum that you want to give to a school because you just, you want to teach a certain way, a nonprofit, any of that, everything that you can imagine is available to you. You just have to be willing to put the work in. And not second guess the process, because the process will not be easy. You'll always have doubts. You'll always be scared in the sense of investing, making those types of investments, because especially when it comes to finances, you're like, hold up, this going to cost how much? Wait, do I want to do it? And then you'll talk yourself out of it. But I just say, go for it, because if you don't, you can totally miss your blessing. And that's just giving your life such a huge disservice. Like, why not? Just do it. Do it.
Just do it. They talked about that just do it thing, right? Right. You had an event that you were talking to kids or pouring into young kids, 14 to 18. Was that your event, or is that something you're putting together, your initiative?
So I do a lot of just mentoring and philanthropic work. That particular event was for Steve and Marjorie Harvey. I'm an ambassador for their Girls Who Rule the World. So ultimately, every so many weeks, months, we get together, 200 plus girls. I train them because I'm also a fitness trainer. And we just pour, like you said, we pour into them. We motivate them. We encourage them. We tell them the importance of mental health. we just let these girls know that that their voice matters and that they have women out here who genuinely care and want to see them win. So yeah, I mean, huge shout out to them because they've been doing it consistently. And the pandemic didn't stop because we still did it virtually, and it was a huge turnout. We had girls all over from Bahamas, out of the country, in the city, so it was a great turnout. But yeah, that's something that's very important to me.
But that's a lot. You have a lot of dimensions to you. A lot that I didn't even know. Fitness, a fitness trainer. When did you become a fitness trainer, and what inspired you to become a fitness trainer?
Honestly, being on the road, promoting my music, and I'm a people person. So I would be out and just talking to women, and I just found so many stories that were very similar. Women who were essentially kind of just depressed, but they thought that they were depressed because, they didn't like their job, or they didn't like their husbands, or the relationships were kind of just not satisfying. But ultimately the common thread was that they weren't taking care of themselves. And when I could physically see that, changing their mind frame of starting inside first, what you put in your body, carving out the time to go work out, even if it's 20 minutes a day, walking around the block, little things that you have to make that self-investment can change your perspective on outside life. So that's really honestly what inspired me to go back to school, really become versed in sports and science, become certified and licensed. And I started my fitness business in 2016. And since then, I mean, I wouldn't have imagined being able to have transformed over 300 women, just watching them go from 0.0 to 0.1 in terms of the confidence. I love it. It's something I'll be doing forever. It's a great reward.
Oh wow! So how does one go about, because a little plus size here. So how does one go about working with you?
Honestly, it's quite easy. I'm actually, I just took the website down. I'm actually in the process of revamping it and putting it back up. But for right now, it would just be emailing bravewilliamsfitnessclub@gmail.com.
That is amazing. I would have never known. I mean, not that you're not fit, but I'm saying that's one of those other dimensions. And you're still acting. Let's talk about the acting thing. I watched Love.com.
Oh, did you?
Even before I had already watched it before I knew I was, interviewing you. I watched it when it first came out. And then I was like, I'm gonna go watch it again just because it's like, wait a minute. Now I'm like, wait a minute, that's so decent. So Love.com. So tell me how did you get into acting?
Acting, to me, music and acting always go hand in hand, because when I'm on stage performing, it's still having to evoke, an action, some sort of emotion that I may not have been waking up feeling sad that day. But in order for me to sing the sad song, I have to, evoke that type of feeling so that the audience can feel it. So to me, they go hand in hand. I feel like I've been acting for a very long time. I was in theater plays growing up. I studied in California. So yeah, when Love.com, when I got the script and I enjoyed the character, and I loved that it was a movie with a message, trying to merge gentrification with chronicling this, indecisive woman's love process on how she was trying to date. I was like, I'm here for it. And they shot it in DC. So shout out to, the fact that it was not too far from my hometown, but I got to really get a whole nother look at the beauty of Washington. So yeah.
Yes, it sure was shot in your home, closely at the DMV.
Mm-hmm.
So with Love.com, I was thinking, I couldn't understand why you wouldn't want to buy your home. That's all I kept thinking. Why wouldn't you want to buy your home?
I feel like she was very indecisive on not just her life in terms of her love life, but even that regard. I guess I know from the writing of the script, she didn't have it. She didn't have it she couldn't get the loan for the home and to keep the restaurant. So it was kind of like, figuring out what was the best thing for her to do.
Gotcha. So what about the eating, the vegan? She was a vegan, I think it was. Is there any part close to your life? Did you eat? Are you into that kind of fitness?
Definitely. I definitely watch what I eat. Not for, I guess, weight purposes, but just because for me, that's like that's how I love myself, right? Like I definitely watch what I put in my body in the sense of just I care about my body. And, you know, I want to have kids one day. So I want to make sure this womb is nice and nurtured and with fruits and vegetables. But yeah, I'm not a vegan. I don't really I don't eat red meat. I just, you know, chicken, fish, and lots of vegetables.
And lots of vegetables. I'm trying today. Today was my day. I was starting Joe from the Rude Boys. He said he lost 30 some, I don't know how many pounds, but at least 30 pounds. And he said he did it by eating, oh my gosh, a soup and oatmeal in the morning. So today was my first day of trying it.
Really? Did you have oatmeal this morning?
Well, he said oatmeal or cream of wheat. I don't have oatmeal in my house, so I had cream of wheat, but no sugar.
Okay.
I sat here like, just need some real sugar. I said, I'm just had to take it down like it ain't. It needed some sugar.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, sugar is one of the biggest killers. You know, people always talk about high blood pressure with sodium, but sugar is in everything. So if you can, that's something you can definitely monitor, and if not completely eliminate from your diet, but just really watch how. I know, just saying that is just like, but it's actually not as hard because there's so many. There's still ways to get good sugar, just, you know, naturally, whether it's from fruit, agave. But just those white substances, the white sugar, it's not good for us.
I'm gonna do my very best. I was doing very well before COVID, and then COVID hit, and it all just went down.
Girl, I know it's been tough on everybody. I know.
So during COVID, I mean, have you shot any movies? Are you working on any current movies?
Yeah, I actually just wrapped a Christmas film about 2 weeks ago, which I'm super excited about. I love the movie. Carl Winslow, I don't know if you remember from Family Matters. His real name is Reginald. He plays my dad. Asia Epperson from Greenleaf, she plays my older sister. And Candace from Potomac Housewives, she plays my younger sister. But it's super cute movie. It'll be out and then right before Christmas. But we just wrapped that during COVID. So that was definitely a whole nother experience of shooting a movie during a pandemic.
So what did they have to do? What were some of the systems they put in place to do it?
We were taking COVID tests every 2 days, whether it was in our mouth or in our nose. We had to be sectioned off. You know, each team had their own particular person that was designated to that team. So if I was thirsty, I couldn't go get my water. That specific person was designated to only get water. No one could really touch your stuff. You had all this, you know, the masks and then the over masks and then the glove. It was a lot, but you know, it just taught me a lot in terms of, you know, just being vigilant and determined. Like, we're going to still continue to shoot this movie. We're not going to be a product of our circumstances. We're going to make this circumstance as good as we can. And we did, because we finished the movie, and I'm excited about it.
And what network is it going to come on, or is it going to be in?
I'm not allowed to say.
Okay.
But that's all the more reason for people to follow me at Be More Brave, because as soon as I can say it, I will post it on my Instagram.
That's right. Be More Brave. Proud of your Be More, right?
That's right.
Be More Brave. So when it comes out, I'm excited that you were able to do it, but you also been working on music as well, right?
I just released my single, Don't Tell Me No. And I'm super, it's the first ballad that I've ever released. It's the first record that I've ever released that sounds like this, but I just thought it was so important during these times, you know, with the social climate and the social injustice and the things that are just happening all over. I just felt like it was important to inject love, to remind people that love still conquers, and that we need it. You know, we need love to get through this. So for me, this song is super relevant for right now.
Absolutely, that's crazy. When you were talking about it, in Philadelphia just last night, we had those riots, and they killed the young man. They killed Walter. They literally killed him, and they beat up the guy he used to be in No Question. His name is Tommy Blackwell. He used to have a group called No Question. They beat him, took him to jail, and he was just out there trying to help. And it's like, I I don't know what to do. I was like, the only thing I know to do is to pray. It's the only thing I know to do. Like, because I don't have, no one has the answers, but it's still going on.
Yeah.
So it gets quiet for a little bit, and then something else happens.
Happens again. Yeah. It's so sad. I mean, I teared up when I read the story, and I couldn't even watch the full video because it breaks, it just, it chips away at your spirit to know that this is happening so just commonly. Like
Commonly, yes. Good answer. Good. Commonly.
it's sad. It's sad. That's why it's so important for people to vote, and not just on, you know, the presidential level, obviously, but just, or even on a local level, so that we can really make change and go to our local administrators to let them know what matters to us, because police reform is definitely needed.
It is. It's like, wait a minute, we could do this, and it's like, why are they still allowed to do this? That's the only thing my thought is like, why is this still happening? And we have a African American chief. So it's not like, hey, we're not voted into office. We have an African American chief of police out here in Philadelphia. But that's why we do need your music, more love. What made you decide to get back into music and acting? You just acting right now. You're doing the fitness, the music, the mentor. What made you get back into it?
I mean, I never stopped. Honestly, I never stopped. Music has always been the constant. Music has always been consistent. I released a project called Fearless. That was my first EP. And then this album, I just signed a deal with Universal. So they signed, it's Brave New World, SRG, and Universal. And we did a great partnership together. So this song, this particular project, is actually going to be released under Universal. So, you know, it's just, as long as I see progress, you know, why not? I just keep going. As long as I have a story to tell, and I'm inspired, it's like, let me go ahead and get this. It's so funny. I have a studio session right after this. So as soon as we log off, I'll be on the mic recording for a project that I'm doing in December. But yeah, it goes hand in hand.
So what do you think about the music of today? Do you think that what do you think about the music today? Do you think that it's changed, or did you have to change with the music, or are you making just music that you want to make?
It's important for me to just always be honest in my music. Of course, I listen to other artists and what's going on. I keep my ear to the ground to see, you know, how music is evolving, because everything evolves. But a lot of times, I'm kind of one of those artists that I don't let it influence my particular story, in the sense of what I want to say, how I want to say it. I kind of pride myself on, especially even on this project, just making sure that I am as transparent and honest. It's almost like a diary. Music to me is like a diary, especially with this upcoming project, because it's very relationship driven. So I definitely wanted to go deeper into what I share, just in hopes to inspire, you know, my girls out there that are going to be listening.
Yeah, you know, some of us might be looking for love. I don't know.
What'd you say?
I said some of us might be looking for love out there. Yes, you might be looking for that boo.
look, I get it.
So tell me about the experience that you had with the R&B divas of LA.
That was a lot of fun. Again, for me, it was just all about the music. I went on there with the purpose of making sure that people that didn't know who Brave Williams was, that they were now familiar with me and my artistry. And that's exactly what I did. I just kind of stuck to my purpose. I didn't get involved with the drama. And I just made sure that I was able to release music while I was on that platform, and I did. So for me, it was a great experience. I was happy to be on a platform with the Shantae Moores, with Chrisette Michelle, with Leela James, Little Mo. I made some amazing relationships with these women, and yeah, it was a great experience.
Wow, that is a great experience. But you know how normally those reality shows, they come with a lot of drama. Did you see any drama? Did you face any drama?
I mean, there was definitely some drama on there. But for me, that's just not genuinely my personality. And I knew that I wasn't going on this platform to become somebody else. I know how I normally handle confrontation or anything that might be rattling. And I handle it in love. Like, I don't know, maybe again, I think it just comes because I have such a large family that I just feel like everything can be worked out. It's not that serious. So unless you really, really did something that warrants, you know, a big consequence of attitude, then it's like, you know, I don't. It's almost like you put more energy or more negativity on something by approaching it with negativity. So for me, I don't know. It was like, I don't want to say it was a walk in the park, but I knew how to steer clear from that, you know, from that
But it's
type.
okay to be a walk in the park. It's okay to, you
You
know,
know, there's so much going on in the world. I'm like, hold up, are you really this mad because your coffee is cold? Like, you know, I don't know. Some of the things is just kind of like, but you know, to each his own. I was, you're right.
I just saw a meme this morning that said something about being attracted to the way somebody thinks is a new type of attraction. But that comes with anything. People, the way they think about something will make them react in a different way. So somebody has to be able to think. So if they're thinking, I'm mad because my coffee is da 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 da, that's because their thinking is on some whole different level. So being attracted, I didn't realize how important somebody's thinking and the
Oh,
way they think it affects you.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. That go for me, that goes without saying. Because I can start a conversation in 5 seconds and know, have my own assessment of where this is gonna go in such a short period of time after just, you know, a person opens their mouth. That's pretty much your speech, how you articulate yourself, the energy that you bring, that essentially is your calling card. And that's in any business, that's in any relationship. So yeah, you just have to kind of be intuitive enough to know what works for you, what works for your spirit. Yeah, and not shy away from that.
Absolutely. So tell them before you go, give me a little bit about how they can get your projects. What's, you know, what you want them to know, because I want you to support my Williams sister, Brave Williams.
I love it. Absolutely. So love.com is on Netflix right now. You can stream that. The newest movie that I just wrapped, which will be out in a few weeks, you can hashtag TCL. That's all I can really say about that in terms of the title. And most importantly, my new song, my baby, called Don't Tell Me No, is on every streaming platform, Apple, Spotify, Tidal. So please go stream it and follow me at Be More Brave, BMOREBRAVE. And I also have another song that's out currently too with a video called Options. All of my ladies, if you haven't heard it, and my men too, definitely go check out Options and the video. I was able to pull off 3 different characters in the video. Got my acting in with the singing. So the video is a lot of fun, but that's on Vivo and that is called Options. So yes, go check it out.
You working. So COVID did not slow you down a bit, did it?
You know, in the beginning, I think for everybody, it took a second for me to find my rhythm, you know, because it was almost like, how serious is this? Like, it almost felt like a dream, so to speak. And then when as the weeks and the days kind of went on, I realized, okay, no, this is now the new normal. So we're gonna have to really adjust. I was fighting it at first, like, hold up, no, I could still work my clients out. I could still, and then when they shut everything down, it was like, oh, okay, so we really do have to transition to this virtual thing. But now I definitely am blessed that I found my rhythm and that work is steady. And I don't take it for granted because, you know, every day is just reading the numbers and just being cognizant of what's going on in the world. It's just a blessing to still be able to do something, you know, that we love to do. Even the fact that you're still able to interview and you know, interact with people in a very real way. I don't take these moments for granted.
I don't either. That was the whole point. I wanted to show that I can. It's a blessing because you're where you are in a sunny place, and I'm where I'm at in a wintry place, and we can still connect. Is there one thing in life that you haven't done that you still want to do?
There's a lot.
Ooh.
There's a lot. But one in which I'm tackling now was writing my own script, and I just finished it. So now that it is completely complete, I want to tackle doing some behind the scenes, directing, producing, and yeah, and I want to see my film on a major platform.
Well, listen, I put this in the atmosphere the other day. I said, I really want to try my hand at acting. So if you have any room for a BBW with freckles, to play a sister, your sister, whatever. I don't know. I'm just gonna put this out there in this atmosphere right here
I
that
love
I'm all for it. I'm
I
ready.
love it. I love it. Good for you. Put it out there, and I will keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we were talking about bucket list. DJ Kid Disco of the Grown Folks Radio. We were talking about bucket list, and I started to think that I didn't have a bucket list. So I just started going through my mind and thinking about the things I wanted to do, and acting was one of them. I was like, I never told anybody that until I told him the other day, and now you like this. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's one of the things I haven't done that I would like to do.
Yeah, good for you. And watch how the universe will conspire. God will conspire, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, here's a script, here's a role for me. How did that happen so fast? So good for you for putting it out there.
Yay! And thank you for listening to me on that one.
I love
and
it.
shout out to your Michael MacArthur. He's you working with. Shout out to Philly's own Michael MacArthur. How did you hook up with Mike?
Mike is amazing. Yeah, shout out to everyone in Philly, because my whole team is seemingly in Philly. Mike, I met through my other manager, Bishop. He's also a Baltimore native. And when we just got together, I saw two men who were very honorable, had men of integrity, who had lots of experience in music. So I was like, yes, you are my team, and let's go do this. And that's exactly what it's been. It's been a team. Shout out to Docs. Docs is Ivan Barrios. He's out of Philly as well.
Absolutely.
He actually produced Don't Tell Me No. So yeah, even Typewriter, she's out of Philly. She's my engineer and an amazing artist and vocalist as well. But she's actually that's what I'll be seeing when we're done this session. Yeah, she's out of Philly. Super talented, but also helped me write Don't Tell Me No. So yeah, I got a whole Philly squad behind me.
Go Philly, go Philly.
Right.
See, good things do happen in Philly, in spite of what other people say. Yes, good things happen in Philly. I definitely want to see if anybody on Facebook had a question, just in case. Although I don't have my glasses on, so I'm going to have to squint a little bit, just to make sure they're not asking any questions. Let me squint. Get my squint on. Yes, I think it is. They're saying hey to you. I believe that is, but hey so much. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate you. Make sure you follow her. Follow.
Be more brave.
Be more brave. My Williams sister right there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Do you mind giving us a drop before you go? I'm Shelly Williams.
Hey y'all. I'm Brave Williams, and right now you are locked into Shelly Williams.
All right, and then the other one is DJ Kid Disco on the Grown Folks Radio.
DJ Kid Disco on the Grown Folks Radio. Hey everybody, I'm Brave Williams, and right now you're locked into DJ
Kid Disco.
DJ Kid Disco. I was about to say Crisco. DJ Kid
hey Crisco, you gotta go
right. On Grown Folks Radio, DJ Kid Disco. Hey everybody, I'm Brave Williams, and right now you're locked into DJ Kid Disco on Grown Folks Radio.
All right, thank you so much, and you enjoy your studio session. Come out with them bangers.
Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and I'm going to send the newspaper questions soon as about a couple hours.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. All right, y'all. That was Brave Williams. Sorry about the background noise today. This wall, the water right here at this wall. Yes. It was, I know. Disco shaking his head. Lord have mercy. I'm not even understanding.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was right there. I'm sorry.
Yes, the water is right here. The everything is like you hear it right through the wall. Yeah, but we were live on Facebook now. My interview. Hey, yes. What's going on, y'all? This is 30 and day 27. Can you believe it? 27 days. 27, 28, 29, 30. 3 more days. Had to count my fingers. Had to use my fingers for that one. 3 more days. Rocking it out. Doing what we got to do. Kid,
I knew. Now I know who. As soon as you said love.com. Oh, I'm all right. Now I know. Okay.
Now you know who Brave Williams is? Yes.
I seen that movie.
You think that movie?
Yeah, I seen it. I saw it. I saw it before.
I mean, you can wait a second. Get 1 second. We ain't staying on here long. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get the going.
Because you just told her she would have her stuff in 3 hours. But let me make this announcement. Starting November 1st, for the next 31 days. No, I'm sorry, 30 days, because 30 days in November. For the next 30 days on the Melanated Morning Show, only music that will be played is old school hip hop. And I'll reveal to y'all probably by the end of the year why I'm doing that. Shelly, you know why I'm doing that. Think. You know why I'm doing it. Don't tell nobody, but you know why I'm doing it.
Okay.
Nothing but old school hip hop. In fact, other than the talk shows and the live shows, nothing but old school hip hop will be played 24/7 on Grown Folks Radio for 30 days straight. Stay tuned. There's a reason why I'm doing that. A very good reason.
Okay. All right.
Don't be looking all confused. Like, okay, like, what is he talking about? Okay. All right. What is he talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I'll explain it to you later. I'll explain it to her later. Whatever. Don't listen.
Nothing.
Go get your tickets for Moolah Entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. Moolah Entertainment. Where's my money? Where the money at? No.
Go get the tickets.
I gotta go get it. I'm just gonna get it. I can't wait no longer. Masquerade party this Saturday, October 31st on Halloween. Oh my God, I forgot to record this whole damn thing. Damn.
Don't worry about it. I can pull it off of. Let me take off of what's the name. Let me.
Can you record it now, please? I mean, like not wait on it. Damn.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me unhook us from the air. Hold on. Okay, we're unhooked from the air. Are we live still on Facebook? Yeah, we're live on Facebook, but
I'm going to end it now, but
okay.
But you said you can grab it, right?
Yeah, but just end it. End it.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Tomorrow is Sister Kaylani, and then